and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Suits, and of course I'm your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious, and we are talking about Raw this week was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And before we get into the show, folks, want to remind everyone we are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you are listening to this in audio form and you see the description and you see the link in the description tab, or if you're watching this on video and scan that QR code right on the screen, that will take you to WWE Shop. You use either way to get to the site. Excuse me. Use either way to get to the site, and in turn, any purchase you make on there, we here at the Vicious Studios will receive a small, nominal commission to help build this show better. So like I always say, help us make this better for you. Thank you. And I'm not gonna lie, this Raw was really good. I liked it. I dug it. I'm going to really miss the afternoon shows. Yeah, I felt a little spoiled these past couple weeks with the European tour, doing the whole European tour. I thought it was really good. Got to watch wrestling, then make dinner, then make and eat dinner, then go and record, and then not have to worry about it for the rest of the night. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. Either way, let's get into the show. Before we talk about Raw, let's switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. And the big highlights from last week's SmackDown started out with one Charles Montague Punkish the 23rd coming out, hyping up the hometown, getting a hometown welcome since it was in Chicago. And excuse me, talking about on how every hurdle and roadblock that got put in his way, he pretty much just walked right on through. Getting told, hey, being an extra for John Cena's WrestleMania entrance, that's about as good as it gets, kid. Well, you know what? Watch this. Hey, you got to be ECW champ. Guess what? It's about as good as it's going to get, kid. Yeah, well, you know what? Watch this. And, he kept fighting hurdle after hurdle after hurdle after hurdle after hurdle until eventually, finally achieving the childhood dream of being a WrestleMania main eventer. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie. If my personal view, if you're in wrestling and your goal is to not be one of the bigger names out there, doesn't matter if like in this case, being a WrestleMania main eventer. I mean, what else do you need to put on your resume after saying you did that? I mean, come on. Miz did it one time, and the man still has still got a great career on him because of it. Either way, he's out there doing all that. Then he's interrupted by Mein Savior, Paul Heyman. Paul comes out and then basically, listen, I need to know, what is that favor you wanted from me? And Punk, well, I'll be happy to tell you, Paul. But I need to tell you and to Roman's face. Is Roman here? Is he here somewhere? I don't see him. Roman's not here yet. Oh, he's not here yet. Well then, when he does get here, I'll be happy to tell him and you at the same time. So, let's just fast forward to the end of the show where Punk, Roman, and Seth are all out in the ring at the same time with the Wise Man himself. And Punk winds up addressing it, saying, listen, all them years ago, You said one day you would walk with me when I main event WrestleMania. Well, this is that moment. That is the favor. You are going to be in my corner for WrestleMania. And Paul just has this bewildered look like, oh my God. Roman laughing hysterically like, oh, you're kidding, right? You kidding, right? He loves me. He loves me. He wouldn't do something like that. Wise man. Wise man. Tell this fool how it is. Tell him you wouldn't do that. My tribal chief, I love you. But that is his favor. I'm sorry. And then you just see Roman get this pissed off look like, you son of a... Yeah. So the other highlights from SmackDown. Rey Fenix made his WWE debut against Nathan Frazier from NXT, and I'm going to say this about that. One, it was a great match. Phoenix got the win. Hell of a debut. But as far as Phoenix WWE goes, I don't care where a talent's working. So long as they're happy wherever they're working. If they're happy working, doing shows in National Guard armories, getting 100 people on a Saturday night, great. If they're happy working in Madison Square Garden, getting 20,000 people a night, great. So long as the talent is happy wherever they work. If they're not happy, go. If they're not happy, yeah, do like what Phoenix did. Ask for your release. There's no, that is the literal, I can't put it any more simple. You're not happy? Go ahead, go. Go. There's no sense in having a disgruntled employee sitting there having boo-boo face, shitting on every job, shitting on everything that they're being given. When there are guys in the company that would kill to have that opportunity. And that's just not in a wrestling perspective. That's just business in general. Because I have seen guys like that in jobs I've worked at, where I have literally gone up to them and said, listen, I may have a shit end on what I'm dealing with, but I'm not going to complain. And if you don't like the situation you're in right now, go, leave. Door's right there. Ain't no one stopping you. Otherwise, do the job you're being asked. It's that simple. You can make the argument, well, it's more complicated than that, contracts, blah, 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 blah. I get all of that, and I'm not going to split hairs and argue semantics over that. But I will say, if you're not happy, leave. Ask to leave. It's that simple. Now, we also had LA Knight going against Tama Tonga. Knight got the win. And then we had Charlotte doing a promo battle with Tiffany Stratton to hype up their match, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this felt flat. This felt flat on me. Because not so much of the verbiage of what got said to each other, it's the tone in both women's voices. With Tiffany, she enunciates and has that Valley Girl voice, and she enunciates either on every last word or every second or second to last word. Like that, it just, in small doses, yeah, but when you're doing long-winded promos like that, no. Charlotte, she felt very monotone with the way she was addressing everything, and it was just, well, okay. But, yeah. So the other highlights were there was a number one contenders match for the tag titles, DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. Fuck, I'm gonna speak right one of these days. Motor City wound up getting the win. Hail Sabin. We also have B-Fab going against Naomi. Naomi wound up getting the win. After the match, she called out Jade again. Jade showed up out of nowhere. They had a big brouhaha brawl. After the brawl, Aldis made it official. Cargill, Naomi, WrestleMania. It is, to quote Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce, it is official. We also, I hate to go on a downer note, but Kevin Owens had to make an official announcement. He's been dealing with a neck issue for some time now, and he has to step away for neck surgery. He's not sure when or if he's going to return. And this really sucks because I've been a huge KO guy for forever. From the time Kevin Steen has been my wrestling guy for a long time, and it sucks to hear that. Hoping for nothing but the best, and I'm pulling that he gets to come back soon. Now, after that, Randy wound up being told by Nick Aldis, Randy, since Kevin Owens is no longer able to compete, I do have to inform you that means that you no longer have a match for WrestleMania, therefore you will not be competing. Randy then, boom, popped Nick Aldis with an RKO. Excuse me. Which people are now speculating, well, what's that mean for Randy? Is he going to be going and doing something at Mania against Aldis? Is he going to be getting a new opponent? What? I don't know. Nothing's been said yet. I will say this, though. If Nick Aldis does strap on the boots again to climb into the ring against Randy, I am all for that, baby. Now, we also had a number one contenders match for the U.S. Championship. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. It was a last man standing match, and yeah. Don't get me wrong. The match was cool. Liked it. It's just the problem I got with last man standings. It's the weight. On paper, it's a great concept. You have to beat your opponent senseless until they can't stay down for the 10 count. Then comes the wait for the 10 count. See what I mean about those 10 seconds? That 10 seconds of dead air was boring. That 10 seconds of waiting, boring. It's just, not a fan of it. But either way, Jacob wound up getting the win, so he is now the new number one contender for the United States Championship. So he will be challenging for that title at WrestleMania against L.A. Knight. Yeah! Dummy, yeah! And that is not an insult, that is just a fact of life. Yeah. And, well, that pretty much sums up everything that sums up it all for SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. It starts out with Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce addressing the Women's World Championship, and then calls out Io Sky, then Bianca Belair, then Rhea Ripley. Yeah. And then Pearce calls it right up front, stating, Bianca, I apologize. I should not have made you the referee for that match. That was a bad decision on my part, and again, for that, I apologize. Now, with that said, to rectify this situation, we are now going to make this match at WrestleMania a triple threat match. So it's now going to be Bianca, Rhea, and Io, and I just feel like that they're getting a lot of triple threats in. It almost feels like that they're trying to squeeze 10 pounds of shit into a 5-pound bag, basically. Like, okay, we're going to get as many people on TV as on WrestleMania as we can to make sure they get a WrestleMania paycheck. I don't know if that's really the case, that they're doing that to try and make sure everyone gets a WrestleMania paycheck, but it just feels like that they're trying to squeeze as many people as they can on TV. And in turn, they're going to get one. But either way, Bianca signs it, then goes to hand it to Rhea. Rhea goes to start speaking, nah. We don't need that girl. Just sign it. They go to sign it, and she goes to sign it. Next thing you know, they start squawking, getting in each other's faces. Io goes to step in. Whoa. Ladies, don't you forget, you're fighting over me and my championship. They go, shove her aside. I don't know about anyone else, but I am absolutely loving the fact that they are treating Io as the afterthought, because all that's, to me, what that says is they're going to make Io wind up being the underdog in that match. And it's just going to be like, oh, she's good. Oh, she's going to wind up making them both kill each other and then pick the scraps. That's fucking brilliant. That's bloody diabolical. Excuse me. But yeah, it ends with Rhea and Bianca arguing. Io winds up hitting a drop kick on them. They fall into each other. She grabs her title, walks off. I'm the champ. Don't you two forget that kind of deal. So with that said, let's get into the first match of the night. First and foremost, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra, Valkyria, going against BBL Bayley. I'm sorry, but that joke just will not die. You can blame Nia Jax for that. Either way, really good solid ring work. Lyra, she was leading into the commercial break. Solid back and forth post break. This was real. This was real graps right here. This was graps on top of graps right here. And I freaking loved it. In the immortal words of the old man, in the immortal words of VKM, God damn, that's such good shit. Yeah, I can't think of another way to put it. That was such good shit. It was. I absolutely loved it. Lyra wound up getting the win. What it was, Bayley went to go for the rose plant. Lyra countered it into a roll-up for the 1-2-3, got the win. Afterwards, she went to go put her hand out for the code of honor to go and adhere to it. Bayley was just like, nah, like annoyed and frustrated that she lost to, and then just walked off. Like, oh. I don't think we're getting a turn. Excuse me. I don't think we're getting a turn on her, but we're getting an edge. Next up, we had trios action, the LWO. It was Dragon Lee, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro going against the Creed brothers and El Grande Americano, the greatest Americano luchador to ever exist. See. And listen, everyone was... I don't know if anyone paid attention to the news sites and the sheets, but going from El Grande's debut up until now, the sheets were running. People were mad. People were furious because of El Grande's debut. They were saying it was a mockery. They were mad because they were saying he hails from the Gulf of America, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. So, let me get this straight. A heel, villainous character is making people feel negatively towards him. And that's a bad thing because... why? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe it's just because I'm from that era, but when you got somebody mocking another country, you know, like in the case of, like, Or like in the case of in the early 90s when Sergeant Slaughter was an Iraqi sympathizer, everyone wanted to see Sarge get his ass kicked. El Grande Americano, he's a luchador, and he's mocking the luchador cult. He's mocking the lucha culture intentionally, saying he's from the Gulf of America, which is going to piss off a lot of people, and, heaven forbid, he gets his ass kicked. Are you telling me you're going to be mad because he's going out there pissing you off, and then the hero goes and punches him in the face? That's freaking storytelling 101, people! Come on! Wake up! Figure this shit out. I cannot keep stressing this enough. Let's get back to the match. LWO, they were leading at the start, and then they were leading the pace. They were pretty much just leading the pace of the match up until the end. You didn't really see much of El Grande in the match during that time, though. Although, I will say this. Under no circumstances, none whatsoever, I know for a fact, El Grande Americano is not Chad Gable, despite what people think. No. El Grande Americano is hands down, it's obviously Omos. That's what it is. Oh yeah. You see, he went over to Japan. He worked at Noah. He learned all of that stuff there. And now he's back, he's got on a mask, and that's who it is. I have cracked the code. I have single-handedly figured out who El Grande Americano is. That's right. Yeah. So, as far as the match went, it came to an end when the Creeds wound up taking out Joaquin and Cruz on the outside, and El Grande, he's leaning over the ropes, waving Ivy over like, come on. Here, come here. She goes over, gives him something. He winds up stuffing it in his mask. Personally, it looked like one of those soft little cushions you see girls use to put makeup on, but apparently it was a piece of metal he put in his mask to make it loaded, but Rey Mysterio saw it. He went to go say something to him about it, and then boom, got caught with a headbutt with it. Dragon Lee went to go and get El Grande, and then boom, got hit with a normal headbutt, and then got hit with a diving headbutt, which I still stand by my argument of I think the diving headbutt, I think just headbutts in general should be on the short list of banned moves. Just, yeah. Given what happened with the past history with CB and headbutts and brain trauma and this, that, and the other. Just, yeah. I just, personally, I think headbutts should be banned. But either way, he did the diving headbutt then, and then got the 1, 2, 3. Next up, we had tag title action. We had the New Day going against the War Raiders, and really good, solid action. It was just fight. This was a freaking fight. I liked it. Now the match came to an end via a disqualification when at one point Woods slid a chair into the ring. He had it. Him and Ivar were doing a tug of war. The refs saw them doing it. Woods let go, and then Ivar, boom, shoved it right into Woods' gut. Ref called for the DQ then. Ivar said, wait, no. You get the wrong idea. I didn't do that on purpose. Oh, man. And then the New Day proceeded to do a beatdown on both guys, targeting the necks because they had neck surgery. But, yeah, I am all for this new heel villainish version of the New Day just because they are so mean and nasty, and it's just like, oh my God, my little baby boys, they've grown up. So proud. So now we come to the main event match. not closing segment, but main event match of the night. We got Penta going against Dominik Mysterio, and it was announced earlier in the show that there is going to be a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. It will be Penta versus Finn versus Dominik versus the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. So yeah. Again, it feels like that they're trying to cram everyone they can into this card. But either way, as far as Penta versus Dominik, really good action. Penta was leading up into the break. Both guys were putting on a hell of a match. And it was just really good action all around. This was nice, solid lucha action with them. I dug it. Penta wound up getting the win doing the sacrifice, the arm breaker, and then doing the Penta driver for the 1-2-3. Post-match, it wound up getting a beat down on him via the Judgment Day, him, Carlito, Dom, Carlito, and all. Then Braun Breaker came out, took out Carlito, helped clean up some house. Then Finn came in, wrecked everyone, and then Braun wound up coming in, and then Braun wound up destroying everyone, and ended with Braun Breaker standing tall, holding triumphant with the title in his hands. So, yeah. So now we come to the closing segment of the night. And again, mein Savior, Paul Heyman, coming out addressing the crowd. Folks, I would just like to address two things. One, I am the wise man, and under no circumstances would I ever betray my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Also, CM Punk is my best friend, and under no circumstances would I ever betray him. Now, with that said, and then Elizabeth Rollins comes out, because his middle name is not freaking damn it. He comes out and looks at Paul's like, whew, Paulie man, you were in one hell of a corner. I mean, on one hand, you got Roman. He's going to be mad at you because you're in Punk's corner. And the other, you got Punk, who would be mad if you didn't go in his corner. You know? Sucks for you, huh? Oh, you could, I guess. Yeah. Oh, if only you had a way out. Oh, if only. Yeah, if only somebody had some kind of a way to help you get out of it. Oh, yeah. And then Seth just leans in. This is where I'm going to hurt you. Roman's not here to save you. When CM Punk came back, what was it he said? He's not here to make friends. He's here to make money. I don't see him here. I don't see any friends here. So, since he's here to make money, how much is it going to cost to get him out here? And then he starts antagonizing Paul. Pulls the little handkerchief out of his suit jacket. That much? And then, little jab slap across the face. How much does that cost? And then starts shoving him. That much? And you see Paul get all sorts of pissed off New Yorker on him. Gripping him up. Don't you touch me again! And then you see Seth pull him into a corner, and then Punk's music hits, and Seth just turns around. Huh, finally. Punk runs down, then to start brawling, something fierce. Seth winds up getting thrown over the announce table. Punk mashes his head up against the ring steps, sizes him up, tries to go and do a stomp onto it. Seth rolls out the way to gets in the ring. Just as Punk is crawling into the ring, boom, gets hit with a stomp. And then you see Paul Heyman lean over to him. I'm sorry. And you see Seth looking the whole time. Lines it up, goes to do a stomp to Paul, and then just stops mere inches from him. Boom. Stops. And you see Paul looking like he just had a heart attack. And then you see you see Seth lean over. Now you owe me a favor. And then that's on how it ends. Seth walks out, and then that's it. So, yeah. I am really liking this build up for it. You know? Now, with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So, like on normal, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. If you're listening to this on the audio, spread the word. The audio platform is new and we are building it. Thank you to our contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Go to whatamaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. We got t-shirts, tanks, long sleeves, women's tees, toddler tees, and baby onesies. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt to get to give the goodwill so you can hold on to your stuff. Trust me, I get it. You want to hold on to your favorite shirt. Don't forget to check out these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. DSB_IV, main event _net, the main event wrestling network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D Dryer 1986. And folks, like I always tell you, you love me great. If you hate me, well, shut up and sit down. Fuck yous.